If I had told you a month ago that the Miami Heat would be in the Eastern Conference Finals, you probably wouldn't have believed me. That's now the reality for this Miami Heat team as they eliminated the New York Knicks 96-92 in Game 6 Friday in their Eastern Conference semifinal series to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. Jimmy Butler had 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, and Bam Adebayo had 23 points and 9 rebounds. Kyle Lowry chipped in with 11 points, 9 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block from off the bench. The 5th-seeded Knicks were simply exposed by the 8th-seeded Heat, who became just the second number 8 seed in NBA history to reach the conference finals. The 1999 New York Knicks did it and reached the finals, although that happened in a 50-game lockout-shortened season. The Heat, who beat top-seeded Milwaukee in the first round, will play the winner of the Philadelphia-Boston series for a trip to the NBA Finals. Game 7 of that Sixers-Celtics series is Sunday in Boston. What's going on, everyone? It is Luca here, back with another video. If you guys do me a solid favor, drop a like on this video and please subscribe to the channel for more Miami Heat content. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Heat are going to fare in the Eastern Conference Finals and beyond. I want to see this team succeed, and I've been covering them throughout, and you guys know I've been high on this Heat team since round 1. So if you guys want to see more Heat content, definitely keep it locked and loaded on this channel. So one of the big reasons why the Miami Heat have made this run is that Jimmy Butler has been playing like a superstar these playoffs. Jimmy Butler has been a menace. He's been averaging 31.1 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 5.4 assists while shooting at 52.7% from the field and 36.1% on threes through 2 rounds. Against the Knicks, Butler put up 24.6 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 6 assists and shot 43.2% from the field. And the thing that impresses me the most about Jimmy is that we've seen him set the tempo for this Heat team, and then also he's able to close it out. Get a load of this stat. Most points per game by quarter/half among remaining players. Jimmy Butler is first in that category when it comes to the first quarter. He's first in that category when it comes to the fourth quarter, and then he's first in that category when it comes to the first half. So Jimmy Butler, he scores at the right times. Jimmy Butler, if there's one man left in this playoff field that deserves a ring more than anyone, I think it's him. And I really hope this is the year for Jimmy Butler to finally get one, because he's been having one of the most memorable individual playoff runs in quite some time. Now, another reason why Miami's made this improbable run is that their defense has been locked in. Miami has the number 1 defense in the conference semifinals, allowing just 108.7 points per 100 possessions, which is one better than the number 2 Boston Celtics. And they did enough defensively to hold the Knicks in check, as they held the Knicks to just 38% shooting, and more importantly, they limited Julius Randle and RJ Barrett in Friday night's win. And Randle was well below his regular season scoring average and shooting percentage against the Heat. He had just 15 points on 3 for 14 shooting, including 1 for 7 on 3-pointers, while Barrett was just 1 for 10 for 11 points in Game 6. So Miami did an amazing job neutralizing those 2 players in particular. The Heat's defense has been on full display these playoffs. Now, when looking at what else has gone right for the Miami Heat during this run, they've been getting amazing production from their role players. It's the role players that continue to deliver for this Heat team. Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, Duncan Robinson, Hayward Highsmith, Cody Zeller. The Heat received valuable minutes from those players, and Strus, Vincent, and Martin averaged at least 10 points against the Knicks. And then you also got to throw in the likes of a Kevin Love, a Kyle Lowry, guys who have championship experience and guys who bring so much leadership to a team like this. And when you look at what Jimmy Butler's going to give you, Bam Adebayo has done a great job in terms of his consistent production. When you add that to what the role players have done here collectively, Miami's had great strength in numbers. And then outside of them having great strength in numbers, Miami just did everything else right in this series against the Knicks. Getting after loose balls, drawing charges. These are the things that come when you're on an Erik Spoelstra coached team. So the Miami Heat, they have just been clicking on all cylinders. Everybody has bought into their role. Jimmy's doing his thing. Bam's understanding his assignment. And everything's just coming together at the perfect time, and it's coming together very nicely. And let's not forget here, the Miami Heat have been short-handed as well. The Heat lost starting guard Tyler Hero to a broken right hand in Game 1 of the first round, and he's not expected back until the NBA Finals at the earliest. And the Heat lost Victor Oladipo, as he's going to miss the rest of the playoffs after he tore the patellar tendon in his left knee in Game 3 of the first round. So Miami, it seemed doom and gloom, but despite those injuries, other guys have stepped up, and the Miami Heat have not missed a beat. And another thing I want to point out here is that this Miami Heat team has been a phenomenal team in close games. So 6 of the Heat's first 11 playoff games have fallen in the clutch category. Miami is 4-2 in those situations this postseason. The Heat, they're on a storybook run right now, and the Heat believe that they're not a typical number 8 seed. I think when we were going through all the injuries and everything, we were being, I think, unfairly criticized. Spoelstra said, I don't think we would have been the number 1 seed, or probably not even a top 3 team, but we would have been 4 or 5, somewhere like that. We're not your normal 8 seed. There were a bunch of circumstances, close quote. And that's such an important point made by Erik Spoelstra, because for the most part, this was the same version of the Miami Heat team that made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last season. So this was a team that they knew how to get it done together. They had a proven track record. And you knew, given the circumstances of them entering this field as an 8 seed, that they were going to be very scary. And that is why I said at the beginning of these playoffs that the Miami Heat are a dangerous playoff team. And a lot of people laughed at me because they thought the Heat are going to lose in this first round against the Bucks. But when you looked at what the Heat were dealing with, they had the ideal matchup against the Bucks. They had guys who have been there before. All of these guys have stepped up their game in this postseason. You saw it in those first couple of games in the first round. This Miami Heat team was on the cusp of something special. And here we are a few weeks later, and this Heat team will be in the Eastern Conference Finals. And by the way, I did say Heat in 6 over the Knicks, so I did get that prediction right. Let's see how the Heat look from here on out, but I do hope this Heat team continues to do the improbable and finishes the story. This is not your typical underdog, but their seed suggests that they are an underdog. And I'm a fan of great stories like this. And wouldn't it be something if this 8-seeded Miami Heat team gets to the NBA Finals and has a chance to do something that no team has ever done before, and that is an 8 seed winning the NBA championship. Look, it seemed far-fetched at the beginning of the playoffs, but the Heat, they're just 8 wins away from doing that. This Miami Heat team, they fooled everyone. Just when it looked like this team was going to be golfing after they lost that first play-in game, they turned it all around. They get out of the play-in, they get into the playoffs, and here they are, just continuing the magical run that they're currently on. The Miami Heat, this is a story for the ages, and it will continue, and I am looking forward to seeing how it ultimately ends. But let me know what your reaction has been to this entire run, Heat fans. Let me know who you want to see in the next round. Drop a like on the video, it does help a ton. Please subscribe to the channel for more Heat content just like this. Heat fans, you guys have shown my videos on this channel so much love over the last couple of weeks, so I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for your continued support, and keep it locked and loaded on this channel for more Miami Heat coverage. That is it for me. This is Lucas signing off. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you all again in the next video.